Hello and welcome to the introductory session on polynomials. I am Ravi Handa. If you look at this expression in x, that is a polynomial. The highest power of the variable, which in this case is n, is the degree of the polynomial. Given here is an example of a polynomial in x. Once again, what is the degree? The degree is not 220 or 119, which are the larger numbers. The degree is highest power of the variable. The variable here is x, power 1, power 2, power 5. So the highest power of the variable is 5 and hence the degree is also 5. Let's look at some of the standard type of polynomials. If the degree is 1, it is known as a linear polynomial and it can be expressed as ax plus b. Degree 2 or a quadratic polynomial, ax square plus bx plus c. Degree 3, a cubic polynomial, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus b. A biquadratic polynomial is essentially a polynomial with degree 4, which you can see here is ax to the power 4, 4 being the highest degree, plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. Another important point which comes in handy in case of polynomials is the value of a polynomial. To understand that, let us consider a degree 2 polynomial, or sometimes you can call it a quadratic polynomial, x square minus 3x minus 4. If I put x is equal to 1 in this equation, what do I get? I get 1 minus 3 minus 4, which is equal to minus 6. Then when x is equal to 1, value of the polynomial is minus 6. If I put 2 in the equation, what do I get? 4 minus 6 minus 4. Or once again, it comes out as minus 6. So if I put 2 in the polynomial, my value is minus 6. What happens when I put minus 1 in the polynomial? I get 1 plus 3 minus 4, which is effectively 0. In case, in a polynomial, by putting a particular value, you get the value of the polynomial as 0. Then it is known as a 0 of the polynomial. So for the given polynomial, the 0 is minus 1, because after putting minus 1, I got the value as 0. Let us see what happens when I put 4 in the polynomial. When I put 4, I get 16 minus 12 minus 4, which is also 0. That means 4 is another 0 of the polynomial. How many zeros can a polynomial have? Well, there is no fixed answer to that question, but a quadratic polynomial can have a maximum of 2 zeros. A linear polynomial can have a maximum of 1 zero. A biquadratic polynomial can have a maximum of 4 zeros. Yes, you would have understood by now, if the degree of a polynomial is n, then it can have a maximum of n zeros. Please note that it is not necessary that it will have n zeros. I am saying that it can have a maximum of n zeros. It is possible that it has lesser than that. When it comes to geometrical meaning of zeros of a polynomial, all you need to identify is how many times does the graph cut the x-axis. This is a bad representation, but let's imagine that this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. If I have a linear polynomial, it will be in the shape of a line. That line can be of this sort, that line can be parallel to the x-axis, that line can be parallel to the y-axis. And if I look at these three examples, this particular line cuts the x-axis at one point, and that one point is the 0 of the linear polynomial. This particular line also cut the x-axis at one point, so that is 1 0 of the linear polynomial. This particular line, which is parallel to the x-axis, does not cut the x-axis anywhere, so this linear polynomial does not have a 0. Continuing with the same idea, if I have quadratic polynomial, My polynomial would be in the form, my graph would be in the form of a parabola. Say for example this one. This parabola does not cut the x-axis at any point, and if it is not cutting the x-axis at any point, it does not have a single zero. If my parabola, for example, cuts at 2 points, then it has 2 zeros in the polynomial. It is also possible that a parabola just touches the x-axis. In that case, it has 1 zero in the polynomial. If you remember, just now I had said that a degree n polynomial can have a maximum of n zeros. These three represent a degree 2 polynomial. It can have 2 zeros or 1 zero or no zeros, but it cannot have more than 2 zeros. Sometimes you also get a question when you are given a particular graph and you are asked to find out the number of zeros. Let's look at a random graph. Say for example something like this. In case this is the graph which is given to me, how many zeros does this polynomial have? For that, all you need to do is to count how many times it is cutting the x-axis. It's cutting the x-axis at 1, 2, 3 and 4 points. So this particular polynomial has 4 zeros.